How do you gang up in the name of NATO to fight and disgrace a country that has more than half of the nuclear weapons in the whole world? I support Trump 100%. It is better for the world for that war to stop now. Go and read how First World War started. Started over something that is very childish. One bomb in London, that's the end of UK. It is foolish of Ukraine to get involved in that war. They should have waited until they have their own nuclear weapon. Trump is a wise man. He said you are gambling with World War III. Zelensky being a comedian, he doesn't know the implication of what he's doing. How many people noticed the drama that took place in the American Oval Office a few days ago? Something extraordinary happened though. Zelensky was expecting that when he gets there, Trump will just say a few words the way Biden used to do and say, we'll support you. Trump said, no way, we're not supporting you.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. Yeah, you're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country, that's backed you far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Trump is an intelligent man. Unlike other politicians that are full of deceit, they are worse than Trump. Trump is a man that is very straightforward. If he's talking to you in an interview and your mouth is smelly, say, look, your mouth is smelly, why don't you brush? That's how candid he is. It is foolish of Ukraine to get involved in that war. They should have waited until they have their own nuclear weapon. Since then, they have destroyed the whole of Ukraine. And people are saying America abandoned Ukraine. Trump abandoned Ukraine. Because we are not thinking, if somebody can commit suicide, what should stop the person? Imagine somebody that is already a multi-billionaire. You say because he lost $3 billion, he's not as rich as his contemporaries anymore. He will jump from a skyscraper and commit suicide. He still has having many billions, but he cannot handle the shame, the defeat. How do you gang up in the name of NATO to fight and disgrace a country that has more than half of the nuclear weapons in the whole world? That is completely idiotic. Trump is a wise man. If you listen to him in the office 2 days ago, he said you are gambling with World War III. But Zelensky being an actor, a comedian, he doesn't know the implication of what he's doing. Those of you that can read, go and read how First World War started. Started over something that is very, very childish. That Ferdinand was murdered, and the Germans said they believe that it was caused by people that were attacking their own dynasty. They started the First World War. So if you think it's impossible, you are kidding yourself, you are deluding yourself. What Trump has done, I give him kudos, because he has literally saved humanity. Because if he gets to a point where Putin will feel humiliated, it could be out of ego. Putin is a black man, you look at him, the way he goes with his swagger and all that. He has been in Russia now for over 20 years. What has he done? Nothing. All he's doing is creating more powerful nuclear weapons. How do you fight against such a man? What are you going to gain fighting against such a man? It is better for the world for that war to stop now. I support Trump 100%. That war should not continue. Or if it's going to continue, it should continue without the help of America. So that if they are going to engage in nuclear fight, let them fight with Europe. He left the White House and appeared in 10 Downing Street. He was received with open arms. Britain trying to supervise a war that can lead to World War III. One bomb in London, that's the end of UK. Just one atomic bomb, that's the end of UK. I don't know why human beings cannot think. You have to weigh your risk against your benefit. If you are able to disgrace Putin, you have disgraced him long enough now. Because when he went there, we all thought it would be like 3 days war or maximum 3 weeks. It's now 3 years. The man is feeling disgraced, and he's becoming more desperate. What if he decides to push the button for a nuclear explosion? What will he do? Then the West will retaliate. What happens? The end of the world because of Ukraine. Russia doesn't even want the whole of Ukraine. All they want is that Crimea area, that Black Sea, where they have their submarines, and a guarantee that Ukraine will not become a part of NATO. At least massage his ego and say, okay, now that we see that we didn't understand what you were saying, we now understand. Okay, you can take Crimea. You can take, because there are vast area of Ukraine that you have Russia majority. That's the truth. If they say they want those parts, let them have it. And give them a guarantee that Ukraine will never become part of NATO. That will save the whole world from a potential nuclear catastrophe. It's a no-brainer. Is that difficult to understand? You are all sitting cool wherever you are now, drinking your beer and your expensive, some people buy one bottle of cognac for 3.something million. When they blast that nuclear weapon, you can't drink it again, no? Like you are in Africa. Once a nuclear weapon is exploded, the type that they have now, multiple warheads. Trump came, executive order cancelled, executive order cancelled. Within maybe 6 weeks, see what he has done. Do you know that the Catholic Church in America now, a homosexual is now a priest? Is that in the Bible? A man will turn to a woman and go and be playing sports with other women. You see the way he's moving. Everybody is in love with him in America. Even look at what he has said about Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency. They are looking into all government institutions. Even Elon Musk went so far. The subsidy that's given to Tesla, he cut it. And people are complaining too. Elon Musk is going to destroy government institutions because they have been benefiting so much from it. They don't want anything to change. And that change must come. Me, I'm happy for America. A strong America will only give Africa a chance to recover. Because if we can start manufacturing things, very soon, you will see that we can stand on our feet. Look at what our boys are doing with computers. Children that have no secondary school education, they can't even write their names. They can hack into any computer and take money. Is that not intelligence? If we can direct that intelligence into a more productive sector where they can be doing research and development, you see that Africa will now be contributing to the development of mankind. So Trump is only giving us opportunity to save Africa because China wants to take over Africa. That is their plan. China wants to take over Africa. And all they need to do is to sterilize our food so we cannot have children. In 100 years, you will not see anybody in Africa. A strong America will not allow China to do that. A weak America will allow China to do it. And during this interregnum, if we are able to start the process of industrialization, the moment you start it and people can see it, Nigerians will start copying it everywhere. And within a short time, you will see that nobody will talk about oil anymore, all this oil. That will be the end of oil. Because you see that you can make more money from manufacturing than from oil. That is my message. I want to say hello to Trump. Continue. Stop all immigrants that are coming to take over your country. You don't believe in the values of America. Tell them to go back to their countries. Nigeria, here we are. We are going to make Nigeria great through industrialization. That is the message. How do you gang up in the name of NATO to fight and disgrace a country that has more than half of the nuclear weapons in the whole world? I support Trump 100%. It is better for the world for that war to stop now. Go and read how First World War started. Started over something that is very childish. One bomb in London, that's the end of UK. It is foolish of Ukraine to get involved in that war. They should have waited until they have their own nuclear weapons. Trump is a wise man. He said you are gambling with World War III. Zelensky being a comedian, he doesn't know the implication of what he's doing.